Hey love bugs, this is Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly, truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you've been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when your girl about to upload her next video. Also, if you feel like, if the video resonates with you and you really enjoy the content, go ahead and let me know where you're watching it from, and give me a little insight or what you got out the video, or if you agree or disagree. Anybody who's going through to get to, you're going through a lot of different things that you're just praying to God, I want to overcome, I want to heal, I want to surpass, I'm saying, whatever you're needing towards your way on the prayers that many people don't even know about, and even you trying to understand it yourself. So I'm saying, whatever you're needing a million times fold towards your way, to go ahead and keep on doing it, being disciplined, persistent, and consistent with yourself. Okay, anybody who's coming in with negative vibes, I'm just leaving that there. I don't even want to talk about it. If it ain't coming from God, it's not going to be accepted. It's going to be rebuked and sent back to sender. The video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101 Heyokas, your unapologetic cipher of wonders and knowledge. You truly are. A lot of times we go through stuff to get through, and a lot of times it just seems like when we go through things, it's all about how we decide to look at it, how our mindset is. Is like food for thought. This is nurturing me. Is it growing me? Is bringing some kind of sustenance of growth towards my life. It makes me, have more, thorough decisions. Like even when you're going through a thorough decision, sometimes it really, you got to sit on it for a minute, but then it comes a different time where opportunity will come, where it's unwanted or wanted. You're gonna have to think, right quick on your feet, and you're just trying to figure out, like, hey, before this used to be an issue for me, while I'm looking clueless, or where I feel like I'm stumped, or I feel like I'm triggered, or I'm getting in my emotions and stuff like that. Now it's just like you had to be in a situation where it felt like it was controlled, but it was showing you how to control yourself. A lot of times we go through things where it's showing you there's a lot of things that's out of our control that we cannot control. There's a lot of times things going to take a longer process than we want it to, all because there's certain things that we have to hit. There are certain things that we have to let go. There are certain things that we have to hold on tight to. Certain things we need to lose focus on. Certain things we got to keep focused on. It just all depends on the experience that you're going through. Your weaknesses, your bad habits, your addictions. If you're moving in good intentions, or you're not moving from good intentions. You're doing things where you're trying to get a clap back, and it'll be a lot of things that, it comes towards a change, and it's like, a lot of videos, especially, that's been coming to me, as well as in my downloads, or just different things that's in my thoughts, where a lot of things is like, need your silence, it's like your silence speak so much volume, it'll be just different things. It's like, this is not worth my time. Or if you see there's like a conversation that is not going to go nowhere, you don't waste your time. Or are you conversing with somebody that's mentally capable of having a conversation where it's not being defensive, or it's not taking it personal, or it feels like you're picking at somebody or anything like that. You have an intellectual conversation and it's about, hey, I want to upgrade on this, or I just don't want to do this no more, or or you're not going to, it'll be just so many different things that you are unlearning to learn a whole new different way. Like, this is the right way on doing different things. You know, if I'm be the anointed one or the chosen one, you know, the general curse breaker, you're going through so many different things where, you know, there'll be some people that claim that they're that and they're not. Or, you know, people are like, oh, I'm woke to this, woke to that. I'll say you got to be very careful on what you're saying you're woke to. And there's a lot of people are still asleep to that existence on what that true meaning of woke being is, you know, or you're wanting to be that individual is like, okay, I want to be 1044. I want to be the chosen one. That's just like, do you know the things that people want to go through? You know, be some, you know, even when I talk about pick me vibes, you know, people, you know, may see there's something bigger going on in your life before you do at times, you know, and a lot of times you will have people come in and they will nurture you on that. It's like, hey, you're on something good. You're on something that's going to not just benefit you. This is going to benefit other people. You need to go global on this, or you need to go viral. You know, a lot of people are stepping into their own entrepreneurship by doing, you know, social influence. You know, a lot of people are making money on their own, or, you know, starting up their own business, or having a different idea, that you're going through different changes and not realizing just the circumstances that you're going through can create a purpose for you. Because there's a lot of times when we have our family probably set us at a thing where, okay, your family's full of doctors and lawyers, or you got family full of musicians, or some kind of artistic, you know, projection they're doing with musical instruments, you know, different stuff like that, where, okay, yes, this might have been a thing of my lineage, but I'm that one that had to choose a different path. There's sometimes your family and your parents, you know, like, hey, this is, you know, we had this plan for you. And a lot of times we understand this is what our parents want us to do, but a lot of times our purpose sends us in a different way. You know, our lives go differently. It chooses up what we choose to follow up on, you know, and these are the different things that are changing in life. There's just like, wow, you know, I'm learning so much from, you know, the circumstances I went through, you know, the sacrifices I made, from different things that I just, you know, came to peace with, or just things I just allowed myself to not focus on anymore. All these changes is like, it is opening up a whole cipher. Like, it's just like all the new Heyokas is being guided by the thunder beings, you know, the Dakota tribe, whatever tribe we got is strongly connected, you know, all of them connected in some kind of way anyway. But we're learning from our guardians, you know, our ancestors, you know, different things. And it's just, the fact is, being surprised, they're learning from us too. Because these are a lot of things that our ancestors weren't able to achieve, that we're not just dealing with our situations on whatever we needed to handle, whatever our, you know, our Achilles was, whatever our weak step was, or whatever it is. We're carrying our you know, our lineage and heritage and ancestors and stuff, all their stuff, you know, and we're all having to, okay, you got to deal with this all at once. Everybody done picked. For certain people, this is where, you know, the plot twist is. This is where the different things where ultimate change need to take place. So there's a lot of things that we're dealing with that we feel like we can't handle at times. You go through things and it feel like it's too much. Like, I can't keep going through this. I'm on fumes. They'll tell you, take a rest. You know, you ain't got to work hard 24/7, 365. You know, you can't do that. When it gets to that point where you start feeling burnt out, or where you feel tapped out, because it's just like you're using, especially if you're that one who's going through this soul, you know, the soul cleansing. You're going through a spiritual transmutation. All of us is going through it, but a lot of us is going about it in different ways. Some of us are creating healthy habits, and a lot of us is, you know, hey, making things a lot worse than they need to. But hey, it's neither here nor there. It all creates balance to it. Like, you know, there's a lot of us that comes to the life, come to this path at this time where we're supposed to evolve. Then we have people that, you know, are places, we're all examples where they don't evolve. You know, so you're going through different changes. You're seeing, okay, this is where my life can lead me to if, you know, if I take the healthy choices or allowing myself to not play safe. There's different times where you know you need to be playing safe with certain things, and there are certain things where you really need to take I don't want to say a risk, because sometimes a risk can sound, you know, it's creating a negative narrative, and I'm not trying to do that. But it's like sometimes you need to be able to step out your comfort zone. Go to what's different. And a lot of times it's not easy to go to something towards different. You know, there's a lot of people that are gung-ho on changes and challenges and stuff like that. I get proud of myself when I can challenge myself to do certain things. You know, especially I'm not used to it. And it's like, especially if I know I'm a sore loser, like, I know what's mine, and I know what I'm claiming, I know what I'm doing, and I know what's right and what's wrong, what's fair and unfair, justice and not, you know, and I'm believing in it, and I'm moving in it. And a lot of times it gets hard to, you know, stay at that, you know, that vibration every day, because it depends on what you're dealing with. What are you facing? But when you get into that mindset in the morning, like, you know, I don't know, this could be a good day. It could be a bad day. Anything could happen. I got to expect the unexpected, but allow me to have that strength to just push through whatever I got to do, even if it feel like it's draining the hell out of me. If I know I made it through the day where I can kick my shoes off, take my bra off, and just be able to get comfortable, I want to be able to do that, you know. Or just seeing the day, it's like, okay, when we anticipated something was going to go wrong, and then it's just like universe saying, hey, we got your back, you know. And then all of a sudden the day turned out way better than you thought it was. You know, you worried about nothing. It was just, you know, certain things is just put out there just to test you. You know, history's repeating itself. There's a lot of people that are coming back into your life, you know, where, you know, it will be people like, oh wow, you know, they evolved so much since the last time I talked. I'm like, wait a minute, what are you getting into? And it can be something that somebody's really happy on seeing you're doing, but there could be a lot of people that place you in situations that just wanted the worst for you, and yet you're using that as a template just to be able to keep rising. You know, everything that comes towards your life, you can have a solution option. Or you just, you know, hey, you know, I get that to God, because this is something that's out of my hands. You know, when we had that type of mindset, it's just like, okay, you know, you're going to have your moments. You know, you really are. And it's just like, with all the changes that's going on with these moon changes, the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse, the portal this, you know, dimension this, the galaxy this, and all these changes is going off in the world where there's droughts one place and other places they just overflowing with water, different things we stumbling up on, you know, things that was more discreet and stuff like that is just right up in your face. They ain't even trying to cover it no more. It's like we're going all through a change. It's like an onion of change. You know, either you're going to appreciate what you're going through and you're going to see like, wow, I really stepped up for myself. Wow, I really gave it all I got, and didn't even know this is what I had, and I had that and more. Because there'll be sometimes when we're going through stuff and it just seems like when it drags on, it feels like it's never ending. Like that, it's just like, when is life gonna get better? You know, I keep trying, I keep going, and a lot of times, you know, your patience and your belief and faith is really being tested right now more than ever. You know, there'll be certain things where it's going on and it's just out of your hands, and it just really seemed like there ain't nothing gonna get better for me. And it's like a lot of things ain't what it seems. You know, a lot of times God will discover, you know, will put an obstacle in your life, and it's up to you to be able to see this ain't even an obstacle. This was a blessing, you know. And you'll start seeing a lot of things that we're going through. It takes us a minute to be able to say, okay, this is a blessing in disguise. You know, when I start seeing, oh wow, I'm actually healing over things that I don't even know how I healed from, or I don't even know how I made it. You know, it's like your ancestors, your spirit guides. God is like, even though I'm not in religion, I'm just heavy in spirit. You know, you can see there's good in the world, but a lot of times we get so caught up what's bad in the world. And you know, it's just so many different things, as changes is going through. I just try to say, you know what, let me stay focused on me. I put out my prayers, you know, put my shields up, you know, keep my head on a swivel, don't put nothing past nobody, and just allow myself to say, you know what, let me just take this day by storm, you know. Or maybe a day I just need to sit out and just, you know, pour into my own cup, you know. I do that. it goes through all these changes where, especially if you got ADD and OCD at the same time, PTSD and CPTSD at the same time, all that, and you coming out of, you doing uncomfortable things. I used to have to do things in certain times, certain ways and stuff like that, and I had to be able to understand there's a lot of things that is just going to be out of my control, and I need to allow myself to not come unhinged about that, or be different things that goes against me, like, why is this happening? You have to understand, you ain't got control of people and what they do. You just got control about how you deal with it, how you adapt to it. Are you even going to give this thought? Are you going to give it energy? Or you going to allow this to come out your emotions? Or you just going to allow this mess to roll off you like Teflon? You going through all those changes. And this is what the world really needs right now. It's just like we're going through so many changes, and there's so many things that's going on in life where people feel like they're too old to change. Or people will be feeling like, I know enough to where it can get me to go further in life. Okay, if that's what you feel, that's what you feel. Or, a lot of people feel like they can cut corners through life. If that's how you feel, we're all going through lessons to be able to change, rearrange, and do what we need to do to better ourselves. And a lot of times it's not going to be easy. Like I said before, if it's easy, everybody will be doing it. It's just like when you are that one that tends to grow, tends to, water your own self, pour into your own self. You're investing in that self-love. That can be really triggering for people, and other people can just be so, in admiration about you. Like, you just feel like nothing messes with you. I'm like, no, it does. I just don't allow myself to make it public anymore. A lot of times I used to do that. People were just hoping things would worse for me. So now I just keep things to myself. If it's something, I don't know if y'all just seen that orb just go like this. I don't know if y'all seen that, but that was weird. But you're going through these different changes because it's creating a whole new you. It's just these Heyokas that is just been set up for the last like 5-6 years, maybe even 10-15. And it's that it's just, I don't even want to say new age, but this is a whole new breed. You're a whole new Cipher of a hybrid. Anything that, a lot of people feel like, oh, I don't know if I can be a Heyoka because I'm from Switzerland, or, I'm from India, or, I'm from, Saudi, or, Jordan, different places like this. And it's just like, if it guided you towards Heyoka and you start seeing certain characteristics that lead you towards videos like this, pretty much you are it. It's like like I said, the Incas and the Mayans, and the higher up thunder beings is just like, well, we're having to do something new. So these certain individuals, empaths, these new warriors that's coming out, gonna have to go through the worst of the worst. Or they're going to have things that really enhances their emotional and spiritual and metaphysical, where it's just like you can't be tamed, you can't be labeled, because it's like you're a jack of all trades. As Heyoka, we do things the ass backwards. We don't take everything seriously, and we say and do a lot of things that people wouldn't do. It'll be just like, did you just say that? Yeah, let me say it again, and let me say it loud enough for the people in the back of the congregation can hear me in the benediction. And you just going on. So it's just like, when you being this new breed, you had to really go through some harsh moments, because this is like a whole new era. Like, whatever purpose that God got set for us, this is not for the weak at heart. That's why a lot of people are trying to understand, how are you not falling in these traps? How this negative energy that we're placing on you is not really working. Or if it does, you go through it for an hour or two, or you don't even go through it at all. And I don't even notice there's a difference to see if what I'm doing is working. It's like I tell people, you got to be careful about who you put your mouth on. People will lose their life, their whole livelihood, mess around with the wrong person. You don't know who is protecting that person. You don't know what kind of gifts this person instills to have. I don't care who you are. You could give birth to that person and you still don't know. God and universe will allow you to know what they want you to know. If there's something very precious about that person and it gets to the wrong hands, they're not about to put that on blast. They're not going to do that. They know what you're up to. Us humans may be able to get, bamboozled like that. But universe knows what's going on. They're not blind to anything that goes on. They see everything. And so we're all going through life lessons. Either we're learning from it, or we're having to repeat it, or you're having to repeat it and you're being forced through it. And if it's being forced, if you're just doing this and you even when it's hard and you're just crying, having an ugly face like, I can't go no more, I can't do this, it's just it got me up, it got me on E, I can't, but you still going. Those are the ones that's getting blessed. The other ones is like no, deflecting, that's not for me, I gotta do it, I got my own way of doing it. Don't warn nobody. You step aside and allow people to do what they need to do. You can't force healing on nobody. You can't force change on nobody. Only person you can enforce that to is you. People that's wanting to do it, they're gonna, the people that are wanting to help themselves, if they want to be open to hear what you got to say about your different change or aspects of what you went through to a certain extent, because some people can act like they want to know just so they know what weak parts to hit from you. So you better use heavy on your discernment, because that's being tested a lot too. We're all going through a lot of tests just to see. You getting tested with your weaknesses. You getting tests from things that you're knowing that's not good for you, but God gonna put it right there to see if you're gonna fall for it again. You already know what the outcome gonna be. We're going to test you and see if you healed from this, if you learn from this situation. And sometimes we got to go through it, like I said before, sometimes we got to go through repetitive cycles a lot of times, because there's still certain things you're learning, because you're learning, if you allow yourself to be taught from the experience you're having, you will see so many different signs that you needed to see, or different lessons you needed to learn, or different karma, or your slate being clean, because you're making that effort to be open for that. Even though you're not prepared, because you don't know what you opening yourself up to, but when you're allowing yourself to say, you know what, universe, God, I'm allowing myself to be teachable. I know this is not going to be easy. I know you're going to pinpoint a lot of things. I ain't going to feel like I got strength in, but I'm going to give it my all. I know I want my life to be better. I want, different things that, for my next generation. I'm trying to create a legacy where, we're cleaning all this stuff. It didn't start with me, but it's ended with me. I'm being that point checker, and you're really doing that. And it's like when you're creating a cipher of all wonders, it's like, you're allowing people to go into your life and being able to see, you're being open and transparent. I go through my hard times. There are different things that I fall short on, or different things that may be still triggering me. When you're allowing yourself to be open to a certain extent, like I said, everybody got to know point A to point B, because if not, a lot of people got good intentions for that, because especially if things being sent your way and they trying to understand how it's not hitting, they always try to read between the lines on where is the best way to hit you. So, and you're going through those different things. You got to be open for that too. I don't like talking about stuff like that, but it happens. It just happens. You're learning your life from this. You can either allow yourself to take certain things personal, and a lot of times it can be childish. It can be very annoying. You have somebody antagonizing you, or just you don't want to see you in peace, because they feel a certain way. They want you to be able to they want you to match what they're doing. But it's just like, that's a choice. Either I can allow this to get to me, like, what somebody else is doing, or I can allow myself to learn from the things they refuse to learn, and just still wish, hey, I know it's hard to be able to heal, because you don't know. Everybody got a story to them, and it's just like I said, I'm not trying to poke at nobody, but anything like that could be triggering. That's something that hey, that's something you need to get on. I mean shoot, there's still some stuff I heal from. I don't allow myself to pinpoint those different things, because I know people will do different stuff to where, let me see if I can do this, to let me see where I can ruffle their feathers at, or let me see where I can trigger that person at. And then when they try to feel you out, and then try to test you out to see if let me see if they got an attitude, or let me see if they ain't talking to me, or they rolling their eyes or something, and you're just like, oh yeah, what's up, And I mean, you check the shade that was being thrown, but you had to allow yourself, look, that ain't even my war. That's not even my burden. I'm not carrying that. I'm dealing with my own stuff. I ain't trying to deal with other people's stuff. If I know I can learn from it, I'm going to learn from it. If I know, I can see, well, hey, there's a lot of different things that go on into your life where we're all mirrors in some kind of way. We're learning from everybody, the good, the bad, the happy, and the sad. You have people in your life that love you, encourage you, uplift you, make you believe there's actually good humanity up in the world. But there's a lot of times where we fall short, and we've been taught what our family's been taught, different things where, emotions is a sign of weakness. Never allow nobody to see you sweat. You can never fail. Everybody's problem. Every problem you got is everybody else's problem too. If I'm not happy, you're not happy. It's all about the mindset we choose to have. I'm at that vibe where, there's a lot of things that went on in my life that, I wouldn't even have the courage to do to people. I mean, even if I know I'm brutally honest, my depravity don't move like that. I have my depravity, but I'm like, it don't move like that. It's just like with me, I said, I want you to be able to see me coming. I don't be sideswiping somebody else like, what you mad at? What's wrong? Doing stuff like that. I just don't have time for it. But then it's just like, I came a long way. There's a lot of different things that's put out there just to see a response out of me, and it's just like, is this going towards what I'm trying to do in my life? Is this adding towards my life, or is it taking away? Is this hindering me, or is this surpassing me? And when I start going down that metaphysical type vibe and going down my lessons in a split second, and there'll be certain times where, okay, that, I'm going to give you a response, but it's not the response that you were intending. It's going to be some kind of truth, or, it's all about, I had to be like, don't be combative, but you know when to stand your ground. Know when you like, hey, I got boundaries up. No means no. You don't want to respect that. You ain't got to respect it. So I distance, you take distance over disrespect, pessimism over peace. It'll be these different things that you are really like, this is really crucial to my life, and you're learning through the ups and downs from that, the highs and lows, the light in the life and the dark. And it's just like you're allowing yourself to balance that out. Even if you don't even understand, like sometimes I'll be looking like, damn girl, you really balanced that out for yourself. Or, this used to be an issue for you. Now it's like you're doing it with no grace, and see that, time's up, going through that scared the mess out of me. But going through those different changes, it really allowed me to just accumulate so much knowledge, and just being able to share these experiences with other people. You're going through things, you're trying to understand yourself. Because there'll be a lot of times when you start getting open and you start getting vocal about your openness, some people be like, do we need to go take you to a psychiatrist and stuff? Because you seeing beyond, you seeing outside the box. You moving past that. You look deeper on things. Sometimes people just want to see what's on the surface, and that's it. But your mind goes a lot more different. So it's just like, now if you're going through a change where you don't have that many friends that's all around, because there's a lot of people that are falling out of your life because they're not on that same frequency as you. You're not on that same vibe. If it's somebody that's going through their, everybody's going on their journey. But, sometimes it can be quicker than the next person, or sometimes it's going to take a little bit longer, or their situation is totally different. Yours going totally left, theirs going totally right. Where if it's meant to be, y'all going to meet up again. You just had to go your way and that person had to go theirs. Either y'all both had to heal and learn different things. And then if it's meant to, you'll unite. If not, you just don't. But there's so many different situations coming in your life where you're clearing away a lot of things in your life that's just no longer on that frequency with you. You're on a different level of alignment. Your vibes are different. And so it's like, now with you doing those initial changes, this is what you're gravitating towards. Even it's like, I have to challenge myself too, because there'll be certain things I talk about. So it'll be just like, okay, let me see how, somebody's gonna come at me in this kind of way, because it's like, anytime I make a video, I'm always dealing with somebody else's issues. I'm moving through truth. If you want to be living like that, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But I had to be able to challenge myself through different stuff like that. How am I going to respond? Am I going to take that personal? Do I even care? It'll be those different things. But I said I had to allow myself to be unapologetic like that. It's just like, if it's meant for me to be bright like that. I'm gonna let my light shine like that. You know, I'm not gonna allow nobody to dull it. You know, a lot of times people want to dull that because they may see something that you have that they don't have within themselves. And I feel like everybody has it. You just got to be, you know, very in tune with yourself to be able to find it, you know. And it will be those different things where a lot of people that are really triggered by your growth or your truth, you know, they see the potential in you and they want to just downsize that. Like, I want you to stay small. I want you to dumb yourself down, dim yourself, you know, do whatever, but just don't grow. But this is that thing where, you know, hey, this is your choice. You know, these are different things that you've been put here to create a purpose or be guided by a purpose. You know, you got an image of your life that a lot of people are not going to understand. But this is within yourself. Like, you may not even know where your purpose is taking you, but don't allow somebody to tell you can't take it. You know, this is up to you. You know, this is something that you're going to do no matter what or who try to stand in your way. You're creating a whole new cipher that, you know, the world ain't even been prepared for. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Like I said, if you ever want to feel generous enough to drop a donation, Cash App is there. If you want to get in contact with me or connect with me on my social media handles, all those is right there at the bottom in the description box below. I hope you have a blessed, safe week. You know, whenever you see this, morning, noon, night, you know, sending beautiful blessings your way. Anybody who's trying to wish anything against me, I'm sending healing vibes your way. So much love. God bless. Namaste. Shalom. I say much love. Peace.